What up, fishes? It's your boy Chillfish here, and time for my reaction video to the ban list. Now, if you have not heard or watched my boys Jay and Kono Bandit, please look in the description below. Links will be there. This is just kind of our reaction to it. We didn't post this last week because we were all just floored. Like, that's the best way I think we could talk about that, with what was coming on, what was going off, EIEIO. And I honestly like this ban list because so many good things. So I'm gonna talk about the ban stuff real quick. Ban cards. Gofu, we called it, we saw it. Dandelion, we actually forgot to put this in one of our cards that should be banned, but Dandelion getting banned makes sense. Level Eater, fuck you, Infernoids. So, like, I'm okay with that. I'm sorry for language, guys, but I hate that deck so much. I love you, Jay, so much, but I hate that deck. Double Iris and Skullcrabat Joker. Now, both getting banned really took me by surprise. If they had banned one and limited the other, I think that would have been a little nicer to the deck. But as we all have been seeing in the last week or so, Pendulum Magicians are not dead, and they're nowhere near dead. Now, Skullcrabat Joker limited the consistency, and Double Iris definitely took away a lot of the ability to get their continuous spells and everything, but the deck is still rocking it pretty hard, especially now that without those 6 cards, there's a lot more open room for other spice decks like Astrograph Sorcerer. I've seen people playing Chronograph Sorcerer, Oath Dragon, so you can start playing with the Naruto XYZ. I don't know how you actually pronounce it, but I always say it's Naruto. So that's kind of good. Max C getting banned really pisses me off to no end because everyone in the game is talking about how hand trips are cancerous for the meta, but then they all like Max C being banned. I think Max C is not. I think Max C is a much more balanced card than Ash, for example, or even Ghost Ogre. So, but I do agree that it either had to go to 3 or banned. 1 was dumb, 2 was weird. So at least you stuck to something Konami. All right with that. Now, this is when I'm going to start talking a little more detail about other cards. The limited. I'm going to start off with Apocryphal Towers. Clear kind of back. I mean, Towers isn't as broken as it used to be. I was talking with a couple of other people about this, that it's 3,000 attack. You can overbeat that with a lot of other things. The fact that it says you can't target with effects lower than level or rank means that links are completely open to targeting. So Borlo Dragon can target this card. And we got Kaiju's UTL package, all that kind of good stuff. Purely spicy tech, as Lightsworn are coming up in the format. You can just honest over this thing. Like, this thing can just be beaten down. So it's not that big of a deal. And this is not 2014, 2015 when this card was extremely terrible. I mean, good, but terrible for the format. So I'm glad it's back, and because, Cleafort Genius came back, so I'm liking the fact that Konami is going to be releasing more of these cards and hopefully removing other cards off the ban list. Which leads me to Grinder Golem. Grinder Golem going to 1. We talked about that in another video. I'm okay with it. When certain older cards come into relevancy because Konami was not looking at the effects or was not planning for it, that's when cards like this should be banned or limited preemptively. I know Kono Bandit is sad because we need to get tired of Neptune, but I felt that was okay only because if you talk about logistically that this card was not designed for this purpose. So I respect that, I'm cool with that. Now, Performage Damage Juggler coming back. This brings me back terrible clown fears. Literally, I don't like clowns, but just clown format fears, Clown Blade. But with 1, it's not super busted. I think it'll be fine. This is a card I think that next ban list, it'll go to 3. Just because Konami's been kind of doing that staggering effect. Let's next talk about Spiral Resort. Spiral Resort going to 1 definitely put a nice nail, not nail in the coffin, but a good attempt to nail these cards to the wall. Spiral with that consistency going down, and the fact that Terraforming is still at 3. I mean, what do we want, guys? Do we want this going to 1 or do we want Terraforming going to 1? Well, I wanted both, but still. We got the field spell down. It just prevents a lot of the degenerate combos and everything, and it encourages more plays. And this also hits, I believe it's one of the other cards, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it does more damage to the deck. But I think this is where Konami should stop touching spirals, because I think this is just enough, which is perfect. So you guys know me, I don't like when decks get completely slaughtered on the ban list so you can't play them anymore, but I don't like them that are just free range as well. And then Firewall Dragon, again, I'll link the video to this one. We talked about why this thing should be limited. I'm glad it is. It's phenomenal. Now, 2 cards that got limited that I will not be talking about too much on the video because I'm going to be doing separate videos on this. Monster Reborn and Solemn Judgment. They're back. The meta is going to be crazy. I'm extremely happy for it. I like the fact that Konami's bringing back older cards and kind of spicing things up in the meta, bringing back older players. And though I will just say one thing about Monster Reborn, I honestly feel like Monster Reborn next format is going to get banned or go away because this is really just a ploy to sell those awesome Monster Reborn arts, which I do have one. So, unfortunately, play away I can. Now, the unlimited list. This is where I like screamed, and this took me forever. Even on all of our group chats, the Rising Duelist team and all our other buddies, we were like, for hours, just, oh, this card I'm banned, oh, this card I'm banned. Like, we were just noticing how much there was. Moral Tech going to 3. Kudos, the card's not that good anymore, but I'm glad that I just like the fact that Konami is removing a lot of the clutter from the ban list, keeping it a little bit more fresh and realizing that these cards aren't dangerous anymore. Blackluster Soldier going to 3 though kind of scares me, even though not a lot of people are playing it, but the fact that we do have the new Noble Knight Link that can search it, and the fact that Light Sworns are getting a lot of play, you could either play it with Twilight Sworns or just go to old Twilight variants. And I'm sorry, BLS is still a scary thing. If your opponent drops 2 BLS on you, you can banish 1 thing, attack twice. Like, I don't know if it'll go back to limit or anything, but that just kind of scares me a little bit. Not Machine Dupe. Card Trooper going to 3 is also huge for the game, because this just pretty much means that Machine Dupe Scoop is kind of a thing again. Milling decks. I'm gonna steal what Jay just told me a little bit. You know, Infernoids, you play 3, you play 1 Machine Dupe, do the thing, mill, and then you do what's the word? Dante, mill more stuff up. So Infernoids, you do get a nice boost with that. Thunder King Ryo. It should have been back to 3 a long time ago. Now, Brain Control and Mind Control are other cards that should have come back a long time ago. And I think they're great because you can steal, well, not Brain Control, Mind Control, you can steal links. That's going to add some fun play, some interactions. Future Fusion, I like it. It'll be fun for a lot of casual decks. My Cyberdark fans out there, we can play this finally. Heroes, I'm not sure Cyber Dragons, but I like the fact that when they do the errata, unlimited, release things off the ban list. Sacrifice, that's what I'm actually more afraid of than Towers coming to 3, because it's just a little bit more busted of a card in my personal opinion. If you guys want me to compare the 2 cards, comment below. I'll do a discussion about that later. Pre-prep coming to 3. So close. Necroz players, we're so close to getting Charit. If it ever comes back, we'll just cry. And same thing with El Shadal Fusion. Once again, just teasing these, Duelist Alliance format players. Hey, your big cards are still banned, but hopefully next ban list they come back. I'm really hoping. I'm praying to all the Yu-Gi-Oh gods out there. The traps for this, Torrential Tribute, Ajama Trio, Ceasefire, and Bottomless Trap Hole. Now, Torrential Tribute and Bottomless Trap Hole are the only cards really worth talking about in my opinion. Coming to 3, they're going to add so much more things. We've already seen plays, Torrential Tribute, Yasenjus, Bottomless Trap Hole, and Trap Tricks. There are fun techs. These cards aren't super powerful anymore, except for Torrential Tribute in my opinion. But it's just great. Overall, I really like the ban list. I'm really glad that Konami decided not just to ban stuff, but also create kind of more diverse meta. I think Konami is finally realizing that with their Master Rule 4 and other master changes they're doing, that they can slowly start releasing cards off the ban list, because it's not going to hinder or make the game go crazy, but is offering more variety for us players to play with, and intended to get older players back in the game. People who quit after Shadal's got hit, they may want to come back now because of this, or same thing with Necroz or anything else. Overall, I liked the ban list. I thought it was phenomenal. What do you guys think? We've already done 3 videos. We've done Jay's, Kono Bandits, myself. So, and again, I had no idea what any of them talked about before this, so this is just all my personal opinion. That's why we all agreed doing our own videos. So one, you're not getting a 4-hour video of all 3 of us talking back and forth, and just because each of us has our own view and opinion. Like I said, guys, if you guys want me to do that video comparing Towers to Sacrifice, let me know down below. As always, please subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content, and we'll catch you on the flip side.